Good morning. This is Pastor David McClellan from Redeemed Baptist Church. I wanted to do a quick video regarding our neighbors in Commifornia. They just passed a bill regarding sex offender registration, which basically is stating that they're not required to register pedophiles anymore. And I've made this statement many times that I believe that the state is Luciferian, and I pray for everyone that's there. I specifically want to give a prayer to our brothers at Verity Baptist and First Works Baptist because they are on the front lines. This nation, not just California, needs more soul-winning churches, because the only way we can correct a problem is to have spirit-filled men and women. And when you have reprobates running a state, then you have multiple issues. Now, we're fighting here in Arizona. We're engaging in a new party in order to restore constitutional leadership here. As a Baptist, this is part of our history. The Constitution of the United States, the 10 Amendments, right here, would not have happened if it wasn't for a man named Joshua Morse. So you should look that up. But the reality is that this is who we are. We fight for our liberty. We fight for our freedom. And I encourage you all to stand on the Word of God. Remember that great men prior to us, even biblical men like Paul, stood for what was right. And this situation, this is horrible. In fact, when I first brought it to my wife's attention, she thought I was crazy. She thought that how could it be possible that a state would mandate it's okay? They're going to just not register these wicked people. On another note, you have to realize that is just a microcosm. The Equality Act, which I've been blowing the trumpet on for years now, since it's been around for years, that they've been trying to get the Equality Act as a federal mandate, a federal law. They want to make it abolish the ability for normal folks to know who their neighbors are, especially if they're these disgusting animals. We're trying to protect our families. We're trying to protect our kids. And there are people out there that's not their intention. Their intention is to hurt children. In fact, some of the great names that are up there are known pedophiles, like Chuck Schumer. I'm sure many of you have seen photographs of him kissing a prepubescent girl, which is absolutely disgusting. So the problem, I believe, truly starts with our churches, because that's where the moral ground is, okay? So churches and pastors are not preaching the full counsel of God. They're not raising up godly men in order to stand their ground on godly principles. It's just not happening. You know, we have two great churches in California, Verity Baptist and First Works Baptist. There may be others. I'm sure that Roger Jimenez has been doing satellite churches, and I'm sure that Bruce Mejia will probably be doing satellite churches as well. I'm praying that more godly men step up and help the people of California. They need it. They need it for their kids. It's horrific to even consider that this is what's going on, and it's right next door for us. God's law hasn't changed. God's rules haven't changed, but we are allowing the government to override God's law. And it's been going on for quite some time. People think, oh, this is a new thing. No, the Patriot Act itself was taking away liberty from us. That's not what this country's about. And, they all thought, well, it's about, protecting us. Well, I would rather have dangerous liberty than peaceful slavery. And this is where we're heading. So let's get our prayer life up. Let's get out there and win souls and encourage men to lead great churches. And those who are out there that are pastors of churches that are not preaching the whole counsel of God, I want you to know that that's a dangerous place to be, because you will be held accountable. God will hold you accountable for not preaching all of his word. If you are in fact a genuine pastor, know that God will hold you accountable, because you're supposed to be the under shepherd. You're supposed to be preparing the flock and protecting the flock. If you're shrugging your duties, let a man stand up and get in there. Thank you all. I'm praying for you, brothers and sisters in California.